For the week, the Dow gained 0.6%, the S&P 500 added 0.5%, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq finished flat. Hey everyone, Simon Says Money here. Welcome back to another video. Now, 2 weeks ago, the market was dropping significantly. Everything was going down. Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency industry, the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P 500, everything was red. It was just a messy week, and we thought we had a correction coming.
The negativity is certainly building, so you can understand why people are getting a little bit cautious or nervous. What is it, this week alone? What are we, Thursday? Goldman cuts the growth forecast this week.
But the past week, the stocks were relatively green and it kind of bounced back. So I'm going to explain it all here in this video. Before we go on, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button because I want to help you make money and become financially free. Now let's do that together, and without further ado, let's go ahead and start this video. Stocks flip-flopped between gains and losses Friday to end a volatile week on Wall Street, as investors appeared content to consolidate positions after worries over China's Evergrande. And a slowing global economy prompted traders to pull $28.6 billion from U.S. equity funds over the first 3 days of the week, the most since February of 2018. Let's talk about China's property crisis. The possibility of China property company Evergrande collapsing and overall worries about China's crackdown on indebted firms took a toll on Hong Kong shares. Evergrande, the ticker symbol for the OTC PK, is EGRNF or EGRNY. Evergrande sunk more than 11% and has fallen more than 80% this year as it struggles to meet debt payments.
I think that this is a systemic problem in the Chinese economy. It's not just about one firm. This is about China's real estate sector, which begins with local governments selling land to government-affiliated or favored land developers who get financing from government-affiliated or favored financiers, and then sell to local people.
I think this ultimately will lead to a redistribution of how wealth is managed and held, potentially more into the public markets. But certainly China is going to have to take significant actions here to get healthier around this, as they have with the SOEs and as they were starting to several years ago already around real estate.
The company has more than $300 billion in debt and defaulted on an interest payment on a bond later in the week. Stocks then staged a 2-day rally after the Federal Reserve signaled no removal of its easy money policy, at least for now. Tech stocks trailed Friday after a crackdown on Bitcoin by China overnight hurt sentiment in the sector. But financial stocks rose as the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield reached its highest level since July. The Federal Reserve avoided a shock to equities in an already weak September, but will investors remain comfortable with the hawkish tilt? As expected from its decision yesterday, members pulled forward rate hike expectations on the dot plot. Fed Chief Jay Powell telegraphed a tapering announcement at the next meeting in November. Tapering is expected to end around mid-2022, and liftoff could occur after that, although 2023 still seems the most likely timing for the start of rate hikes for now. Nike shares fell hard despite the company's 5th consecutive earnings beat.
What stands out to you? It looks like a slight miss, but for Nike, it's got to be on some of these supply chain concerns around Vietnam and just not enough product to get through to sell. What say you?
Yeah, very definitely. I mean, the supply chain has certainly been an issue. Every check we have says the demand is exceptionally strong. And the gross margin, I think, shows how that is. Inventory, given their sales growth, was flat year over year.
Revenue for the quarter ended August 31st, 2021 was slightly below expectations at $12.2 billion, missing by $220 million and down $100 million sequentially due to global supply chain issues and the Vietnam lockdown. Currently, Nike is at $149.59 as of September close, and that day it was down 6.26%. The company reports that its own physical retail stores have surpassed pre-pandemic levels, which is good, growing 24% year to year. Digital sales were up 25%, led by a 43% increase in North America. Investors reacted to softer guidance than anticipated from Nike and concerns over the impact of inventory all the way into spring from the supply chain disruption. Peter Adidas, the OTCQX, ticker ADDYY, also fell after the Nike numbers. What's the likely end for Evergrande? So as many of you know, Evergrande is one of China's biggest real estate company, and there has been slight problems with Evergrande the past couple of days, past couple of weeks. The Chinese government has generally had some idea of how much risk Evergrande and other highly leveraged real estate companies pose since last year. Equity holders will most likely be wiped out, with holders of bond and wealth management products taking significant haircuts. Fundamentals will drive investment returns in the long run. Bitcoin also has been falling during the last 2 weeks, but I believe we have a good reason to expect that Bitcoin's price will go up soon. Bitcoin's currently trading at $42,000.
Are illegal. This is what's going on across the board here. We got Bitcoin down close to 5%. We got Ether off over 8%. You got Litecoin over 9%. I mean, you're seeing it a push across the board. This, according to a Bloomberg report, it's in line with some recent actions China has taken to crack down on crypto, including banning businesses and banks from providing services for crypto and shutting down crypto mining.
But people were still doing it because they were able to do the peer-to-peer stuff. Yeah, peer-to-peer and you know.
The potential approval of a safe, low-fee Bitcoin ETF could be a powerful catalyst for more assets to flow into Bitcoin. One Bloomberg strategist has called for a Bitcoin ETF to be approved as early as next month, and a price of $100,000 per coin to follow shortly after. Global Bitcoin adoption continues to increase, especially in emerging markets. The developing situation in El Salvador is a dilemma. The question is whether Bitcoin is being used to free the people there or consolidate power for a new dictatorship. The China debt crisis is worth monitoring and is a threat to Bitcoin. With all the Bitcoin news and its cryptocurrency dropping, it is doing a dip. So you know me, I'm going to buy the dip. I'm going to get some Bitcoin and some other pretty popular cryptocurrency and hold it for the long run. That's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, I'd like to hear your opinions on these topics. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.